What's up guys, Jason Kenner here. What I wanted to do today was to take you through my spinnerbait setup.
Start it up.
Guys, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Got some great stuff coming up for 2022. The spinnerbait was invented in 1951. When the spinnerbait was initially invented, it was graded pretty much the same as the Alabama rig. The spinnerbait's gonna catch all the fish in the lake, that thing needs to be outlawed, etc. But 70 years later, the spinnerbait still produced. So what I want to do today was to talk to you about some of my favorite spinnerbaits, okay? Probably the most successful spinnerbait for me in the last year was this fire crawl from Jack's Custom Jigs. You can see all over the boat, I've got carnage even behind me from that spinnerbait because it was that successful last year. My other favorite spinnerbait is the Booyah Glow Blade, okay? Those painted blades just seem to make all the difference in the early spring and they catch a lot of fish. Another one of my favorites, War Eagle. It's hard to beat in a War Eagle spinnerbait. That thing, when it comes to the shad spawn, is as good a looking spinnerbait as you're gonna find. And then also this new spinnerbait from Team No Fish Tackle. I can't wait to try this one out this year. So what I've got here is the favorite, absolute, medium heavy, fast action rod, 12 to 20 pound line test. And that's really the variable here depending on depth that I'm fishing this spinnerbait. I may go down to 12 pound fluorocarbon. I may run it up to 20 pound fluorocarbon, also depending on water clarity. But the reel that I'm using here is the Shimano Corrado DC, and that's 7.4 to 1. That's pretty much my go-to reel for just about every application. So let's talk about spinnerbait blades for just a second. The spinnerbait creates a ton of vibration when it goes through the water. I prefer multiple blade setups myself for the majority of the time of year. Sometimes I'll throw a big Colorado blade, but my blade is all determined by water clarity and water temperature. If I want that bait to move a little slower, stay in the strike zone just a little bit longer, I may throw a big Colorado or even a big double Colorado blade. And that bait, the Colorado blade especially, thumps. It has more of a thump, whereas, the willow leaf may have more flash and be able to be picked up from a long distance away. But the willow leaf's can be more of a cleaner water, warmer time of year type blade. And these blades, the skirts, you've seen some of the things I've done in the past, a big swim bait and a single willow leaf, depending on the time of year, can catch fish. And sometimes going with something, even really big and really crazy can get the job done. But a lot of experimentation can be done with a spinnerbait. Mess with the skirt, you can mess with the blade combination. Personally, one of the things that I like is this orange accent blade. Sometimes I'll tip this with a trailer. A lot of times I'll add a trailer hook depending on the number of short strikes that I've gotten. But one of the main tips that I would give you here is to trim your skirt, okay? I don't like the skirt to hang much below the hook. I think it causes fish to short strike that bait. And one of the things that I'll do to counter short strikes is often add a trailer hook. So you have a lot of freedom here in terms of experimentation and what you want to do with a spinnerbait. Get out in 2022, throw more spinnerbaits. I guarantee you'll catch more fish. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments. What's your favorite spinnerbait?